Alec Gores has done 12 SPACs. He has 7 active and 5 completed. So if we look at some of the active ones here, he has GHVI, which is merging with Matterport. We have GIIX, which is still in units. GMII still in units. We have GRSV, which is rumored to take the CAN unit of RDOG. Public, I do own shares of GRSV. Then we have a couple that have not gone public yet, GSEV and GTPA and GTPB. So those tickers, Mitch is going to get up on the screen here, but, a lot of SPACs out there from Alec Gores. This is a person that's brought a lot to the market. So he was behind UWMC, which was the largest SPAC deal to date. Now, I know what you're thinking, of course, that one dropped, so is that an indicator that, he does bad deals? I certainly don't think so. He also did Hostess Brands, which was TWK, known for Twinkies, of course. That deal was actually done in 2016. And then he also did Luminar Technologies, so LAZR. So if you look at Hostess Brands, you're seeing $15. If you look at Luminar, you're seeing $34. So again, this is a guy who knows how to get deals done. The mortgage one is more of a long-term play, in my opinion. And, this is a great management team. So you want to follow him. Those tickers that were on the screen are the ones that currently trade that Alec Gores is attached to. Then up next, we have Michael Klein. So Michael Klein, very well known right now, of course, for CCIV, which I own. It is rumored with Lucid Motor. So he also has several others currently trading. So this is a guy who's done 2 deals and has 9 active SPACs, with I would expect more and more coming. So there they are on the screen. So you have that Lucid rumor. You have CCX taking Skillsoft public. And then a couple I highlighted the last couple days, CVII and CCVI, both trading as units. Looking at my notes here, CVII raised $1.2 billion. CCVI raised $480 million. You look at those past 2, you have Multiplan, which didn't go over as well. It was the target of some short reports. It's trading $7. Then you also have Claire of Bay, which is trading at $30. So you have kind of a mixed bag with the deals he's done. And, so can you call Multiplan a bad deal? Time will tell. Obviously, people don't love seeing it under $10 that bought into the SPAC. Clarivate, on the other hand, though, trading at $30. And Lucid Motors, obviously, we've hit $60 now. If this deal gets done, I think favor is going to turn to Michael Klein. People are going to look at some of these existing SPACs from him because, if you're a private company and you saw the attention that Lucid Motors got, maybe you reach out directly to Michael Klein and you say, hey, let's get this deal done, because you want that hype, you want that attention, and whatever SPAC Michael Klein does next, I think it's going to get a lot of attention. And up next, you have Betsy Cohen. So Betsy Cohen, 8 SPACs, 5 active, 3 completed. She is a big name in the fintech space. So there's the tickers on the screen. So you have FTIV that deal with Perella Weinberg, FTOC, which I own shares of, merging with Payoneer. I think that is a great long-term play on digital payment solutions going forward. You have a couple in units. So SCLE, I talked about on the show yesterday as a new SPAC to watch, targeting that ESG and sustainability field. And then if you look at some of her past deals, so we have PAYA, which is trading around $12. And then we have Card Connect, which was actually acquired by First Data for $15. So to me, Betsy Cohen, strong name in the SPAC space. I'm keeping an eye out on some of those fintech names. And again, I own shares of FTOC, and I love the Payoneer brand going forward. And I love, Betsy Cohen being attached to this name. And we have Jon Ledecky. He's the owner of the Islanders in the NHL. So here you have, a couple SPACs out there, NSTB with that rumor of Apex clearing, NSTU in units, NSTD in units, PICC, which I actually bought units recently. Then you have STIC taking BarkBox public. I own shares of STIC. I think that's a great deal. And then he was behind XL Fleet. So XL Fleet is one, Mitch has been talking about the past couple days. This was one that had really strong support going into that merger vote, hit all the way up in the 30s. And now, we're kind of hovering around 18, looking to rebound back into the 20s. But I think it's a good play on, the electrification. These are some good deals that I'm seeing, from this team. So I do like this one. Another popular team is Jeff Sagansky and Harry Sloan. So they've done 7 SPACs together. They have 1 active and not even trading yet, and then 6 completed deals. So this firm actually did SPACs years ago, before they were, the high growth area for investors that we've seen. So Sagansky is attached to FCAC, which is ShareCare, which I own shares in. But the key here is they're bringing Soaring Eagle public, SRNG. This is going to be $1 billion SPAC when it prices, and I think it's going to see strong interest, right? Because this is the team that did DraftKings and Skills. So DraftKings shares over $60, Skills shares over $30. Those shares both also belong to Cathie Wood's ARK ETFs. So to me, this is a strong team. I think that new SPAC sees huge interest from investors. And we have Mark Ein. So he has 7 SPACs. He's done 4 deals. He has 3 out there. So the one I'm seeing is CAP. He has a couple more that are coming with no tickers attached yet. So this is a name to watch because he doesn't get as much attention. I haven't seen his name out there as much. So CAP is one that I'm going to be keeping on my watch list. It's trading at $10.50. I love that price point. And this is the guy who did Sicyon, which got a $10 buyout. Obviously $10, not a huge price there, compared to the $10 SPAC, pricing level. So keep an eye out on CAP. This is the guy who deals done. And then we turn to Chamath, Palihapitiya, and obviously, this number only includes SPACs that he has done under his own brand. So it lists 6 SPACs. So we, of course, know that he's done 6 SPACs and also been the part of 6 PIPE deals. So, here you have, up on screen, IPOD, which I own shares of, IPOE merging with SoFi, IPOF, $1 billion plus SPAC. And then he's got more coming, right? I just talked about how he filed the names for 7 more SPACs. This is the guy who did Virgin Galactic. I also own shares of that, Open Door, and Clover Health. So, people talk about Clover Health, right? And how, it's trading down, but you look at Chamath, I have an article out actually that from a tweet that he shared showing, how high his deals have gone. His 12 SPAC deals and pipes have an average return of 47% in 2021 and an average lifetime gain of 137%. Obviously, he's one of the biggest names out there in the SPAC world. So definitely keep an eye on Chamath. I think we get a deal announcement from IPOD or IPOF before we see those 7 new SPACs, get filed or priced. So keep an eye out on these ones. And then last in our Hall of Fame here, we have Howard Lutnick. So Howard Lutnick, 6 SPACs as well. So he has, a couple that have announced deals. So up on screen here, we have CFAC taking AI, a LiDAR company public, CFII taking that smart window company View public. And then we have a couple more, CFIV trading as commons and CFV and CFVI trading as units now. And then he did a deal for GCMG, which if I pull up is trading at $13. Another good name here. He's got some experience, and here we have some pending deals and some new announced SPACs trading as units. So definitely worth keeping, an eye out for this Lutnick team.